So my name is Chris James, and I am the general manager here at Metalex Thermal Specialties.
I'm Debra James. I am the president CEO of Metalex Thermal Specialties.
So Metalex, we're a family business. We were founded in September of 2020, and so we've been running this heat treat business for about almost 5 years now.
We take in various parts from many industries: auto parts, knife blades, molds and dies, automotive parts, and we have various furnaces and ovens that we heat the parts up and then cool them down rapidly, which makes the parts harder and stronger and last longer.
So a lot of the challenges we ran into was really keeping good track of what was happening in the shop with parts, understanding every single step of the process they went through, who did what with them, and then additionally also having to keep paper records for a minimum of 15 years is what we're supposed to keep them for, and that was probably one of the biggest pain points, is trying to maintain all those records.
Well, we had a software program that Chris used to create the orders, and then that information had to be entered again into QuickBooks to prepare the invoices. And then we also manually, in a spreadsheet, tracked all of the hardness results. So there was much duplication of effort in different areas, and now it's all concise into one program.
So we were looking at ERP systems. We came across Steelhead. We really liked the process of going through how it works and everything, and then it seemed like they had a really hands-on approach for getting people set up and working through the system, and it really just fit our budget and everything else, and it met all the requirements that we would need for the future moving forward. So I think that's why we moved forward. The deployment process was great. We were able to do the whole process virtually, which really worked well for us because we could, still keep the shop running while we're trying to get this switched over to the new system. The deployment leader was very knowledgeable. She did a great job getting us ready to go, and basically we were ready day one. We were able to start using it, so it was a really simple process. We never had to shut down. We were able to just keep rolling with it, and it worked great actually. So before it was all done on paper. People were writing down, which ovens or furnaces stuff was moving through, versus now I could just easily look into on Steelhead and find out exactly where they are, what's been done to them.
We have requirements for keeping documents for 15 years. With Steelhead, we've eliminated the paper portion of that and filing and storage of those documents. We are now able to condense everything into one software, whereas before we had many duplications of efforts and different softwares. I used to come in and I would plan on at least 2 to 2.5 hours for getting the invoicing done, getting the jobs out, and now I can do that within a much shorter time frame. For me, it saves me about an hour to an hour and a half every morning, and preparing the invoices and making sure the packing slips are there to be signed.
I mean, one of the things I really like about it is when I have to go make certs for parts, all the information's already there. I just hit make cert and there it is. I used to fill these out in a Word document, and then I'd spend 20, 30 minutes doing that kind of work, versus now it's just a click of a button and the cert's there. And then being able to just email everything off to the customer straight in Steelhead. I'm not having to, jump over my email and drop files into the email and all that stuff. It's just automatic, which is nice. And even then too, the customers are able to log into the portal and pull up the certs themselves, or even their invoices. So the great thing about Steelhead is it's allowed us to keep better track of those costs as they move through, because we're able to actually track furnace time and everything throughout the process. So that way at the end I can see if we're off on pricing or not, or if we need to adjust our pricing. That's been a big help as well, trying to figure out what it actually costs us to run these parts. So
the biggest goal right now is we have been working the past several months on getting our NADCAP certification, and that should happen within the next 6 months, so that we can start processing aerospace parts while having the ability to, see where a customer's parts are at any point in time, instead of coming out to the shop, finding somebody to ask where the parts are at. We can look and determine where they are at any point in time, so we can answer our customers' questions and be on top of it for them. I'm Debra James, President CEO of James Legacy Corporation, doing business as Metalex Thermal Specialties, and our shop runs on Steelhead.